What's up, guys? Ricky here with another review on the Death Metal Wonder Woman. And this one is cool. So this is the final one to build the DarkFather. So you might have seen the Batman, the Superman, and the Robin King review. Ended up having to buy this one off Amazon. So I got Superman and Batman at a vintage stock. I'll buy one, get one. So I got a super good deal on those. Robin King was already given to my friend by another buddy. And then this one I bought on eBay for $12.99. Or sorry, not eBay, Amazon for $12.99. And just look at this figure. This is like the coolest Wonder Woman I have ever seen. So I'm digging this figure actually a lot. So let's look up close real quick. So a pretty good face sculpt. Looks like there's a little something on the cheek there. Look like a bit of plastic or something. But cool eyes, cool lips. I love the gold tones they used. It's not a over-the-top bright tone. It's kind of like that more kind of dull, kind of gold color, which I like. Definitely an opportunity for some black wash to fill in those grooves to make it look even better. I love the attention to detail on the skull there. Look at that. So it looks like they did a brown color or a brown wash over a white color, which looks nice. So it really brings out the skull details. Really cool gauntlets, cool outfit there. And there's so many textures on this figure. Like I said, a black wash will make all those textures really pop, which is really neat. Very cool. Got some gold gauntlets there. This cool looking chainsaw weapon, which is neat. Then it also comes with the DarkFather head and the DarkFather cape. So awesome. That looks really cool. I like it. Okay, so you have Wonder Woman. There's the side of the package, the back. You have a really cool action shot there. Action figure photography. This is number 3. You put them all together, build the DarkFather. And you need all 3 of those in order to do so. And here we go, the side of the package. We have Wonder Woman, Dark Knight's Death Metal with the Death Metal logo. So, cool. So let's open this up and see what we're looking at. Okay, here's Death Metal Wonder Woman out of the package. And this figure is sweet. So, the only gripe I have is it is very hard to pose because of the high heels. But once you get it posed, it's pretty sweet. Like, man, look at this detail. So, one, like we called out in the package, right, the detail and the sculpt is just phenomenal. I love the extra detail on the skulls, right, with the wash over the top. Cool cape details, right, I love that. Man, this figure just has so much details, like from the gauntlets. I mean, I don't think there's one part of this figure that doesn't have extreme detail, so I love it. It's funny because I didn't think I would like any of these Wonder Woman figures too much, just because I don't really collect Wonder Woman very much, but like this one is really cool. And this is actually for my buddy, so I'm not keeping this one. But yeah, I kind of want to get it now, which is pretty crazy. But really good price. Got this one for $12.99 on Amazon. So if you're looking for a good deal, I'd say this is definitely a good one. I'd say the only thing is this one could benefit from a black wash if you feel like adding it. I don't think it's necessary, but on the gold it would make some of those textures pop a little bit more overall. So it comes with an axe, and it is a little bent out of the package, but you can definitely fix that with some heat if you need to. It comes with the DarkFather head there, which looks very good. So like the dark blue, right, we have a nice looking gray there. This one could benefit from a black wash for sure. I think it looks nice. And then also came with the cape. And it looks like it plugs into his back there, which is really nice. And it plugs into the front as well. So I don't know how well it plugs in, so we'll try and see. If not, this might be something just to glue on, just so it stays more permanent. But cool thing there. Then it also comes with a display stand and a character card. So same picture as the back of the package. Very cool looking. Love that. And here is the data file. So if you want to read it, pause your screen now. Okay, cool. Okay, so let's get into articulation. The woman. So her head does not look up too far because of the hair. So she's got a lot of hair back there. Now it does look down okay. You do have a slight pivot, but same thing, the hair kind of gets in the way of it. You do have a little bit of rotation, but same, right? The hair just kind of inflicts where you can kind of move the head. So you got a little bit of articulation. Shoulder moves up about that high. The skull gets in the way of going any higher. You do have bicep swivel, which they did right on the strap there, so it's kind of hidden, which looks nice. Double jointed elbows. And you have wrist articulation, which is cool. There is really no ab crunch, unfortunately. You do have material over the top, so it kind of prevents it from leaning forward or leaning back. So the rotation, you can only rotate underneath here. the side to side. So you can get some rotation though out of it. So if you do need to rotate, you can get the legs up pretty high, so almost 90 degrees. You do have double jointed knees. You do have ankle articulation. You do have toe articulation as well. So not bad there. So overall, there's a few issues with articulation. And yeah, this one's all about the sculpt in general. Like sculpt and everything's amazing on it, but yeah, the articulation is kind of tough. And with the high heels, it's very hard to get her in any dynamic poses. Not impossible, but just difficult. Here we go. Let's get into the articulation of the DarkFather here. So we have the head articulation. Looks up pretty far, which is good, because sometimes McFarlane doesn't look up too far. So it looks up good, looks down, decent, looks down okay. You have a really nice head pivot there, so side to side. You do have a really good rotation as well. Now, the arms, you do have shoulder articulation. Just to let you know, when you assemble this guy, the arms are super, super tight, just to let you know. So it's kind of a pain. So it does have bicep swivel, elbow joints. The elbow joints are super hard to bend, and I don't want to force them too much, but it only goes like, you only get slight range of motion, which is unfortunate. And these things are very sharp, by the way, so it's kind of hard to maneuver and grip onto those, just to let you know. And then you do have some wrist articulation as well. Now you do have a ab crunch, so crunches forward about that far, so not too far. Crunches back pretty good, which is not too bad. You obviously can rotate really well. Legs go up fairly high, so you go to almost 90 degrees. You can go out and you can do the splits, so you can go out pretty far, which is nice. You do have double jointed knees, and you do have ankle articulation, pivot, and toe articulation. So very cool. So it came with some really some decent articulation, so not bad. I think out of all of it, I think I really do like the head articulation. You get a lot of movement there, which is good. You can get to look forward, look back. Cool chin thing going on. So very cool. Okay, here's a size comparison of the DarkFather Wave. So obviously we have DarkFather is the tallest in the middle. It looks like, as you kind of zoom out a little bit, it looks like Superman is slightly taller than Wonder Woman, and Batman is slightly taller as well. So it looks like Superman and Batman stand about the same height, with Robin King being quite a bit shorter. So here we go. So let's do a quick measurement here. So it looks like your DarkFather stands at 8 inches exactly. You have Wonder Woman, which stands about 7 and maybe a quarter. So 7 1/4 inches, and it looks like it's about the same throughout the board. With your Robin King standing at about 6 inches tall. So yeah, there you go. So I think those are all pretty good heights. I think they're all in height with each other, because obviously Wonder Woman stands about the same height as them, but also is wearing high heels, so I think that makes sense. So yeah, loving the height of these figures. Okay, here's DarkFather Build-A-Figure next to some other Build-A-Figures. So we have Atrocitus there on the right, we have the Bane Build-A-Figure on the left, and then to the far right we have the Merciless. So these figures stand about, so it looks like Atrocitus stands a little bit above 9 inches tall. We have the DarkFather that stands about 8 inches, maybe a little bit above. You have Bane, which stands about 8.5 inches. You have Merciless, which also stands about 8.5 inches. So that is the size comparison, just so you know. And I would also love to hear in the comments, what is your favorite Build-A-Figure that McFarlane has done so far? Okay, final thoughts on the DarkFather Wave. I think this wave is pretty darn cool. So I have not read the death metal comics before, but the death metal designs I think are just really kind of out of this world. I think they're really cool. They're really dark, really gritty, kind of looking character designs. Like the Batman there, like I love the spikes, I love the look. Robin King looks really menacing. Superman looks really unique and very awesome looking too. Wonder Woman might be the one that surprised me the most out of the whole bunch. I think the detail, character design, the attention to like the paint application on the shoulders of the skulls, etc. I think that one's probably the standout figure. I think that's the best one out of it in my opinion. And then creating the DarkFather I think is really neat. So overall, I say this is definitely a really good Build-A-Figure series, and I highly recommend it. So right now they are pretty cheap on Amazon, so if you're looking to complete the DarkFather, go for it. I think the figures in it are pretty good. And yeah, don't have a whole lot else to say, just that, yeah, they look good. So thank you all so much for tuning in. feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll keep continuing to bring reviews and customizations and other things like that to you all. So thank y'all so much for tuning in, and I will see you next time.